Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. It is, it's like my Friday, only from work. I work part-time, so today is my last day at work, but then I'm at home with my 11-year-old, so he doesn't really need me, but I'm busy at home doing other things. Okay, so I promised I would come on. I promised we would create with this suite of products that I'm going to be participating in a stamp camp for. So yesterday I just showed you all the things, but I didn't actually do any creating. So today I have an idea which may or may not work. So hopefully you'll be patient with me, but we're gonna give it a try. I've done a few little things already, which is kind of pick out some cardstock. And I chose my piece of DSP. So I was showing you this DSP yesterday. So this is the one side, this sort of geometric pattern. I have chosen to go with this side. So we've got some mountains and some sky is how I'm looking at it. It was one of those sheets that you kind of cut in half to get, sorry, I'll just get it so you can see. You cut it at the 6 inches. And so these were sort of your two halves. Okay, so you can make, so this is 4 by 6 at the moment. Our card is going to be standard sizing, but I just haven't cut it off yet. My plan is to do some blending. Hello, Casey. So to use my blending brushes and some inks to kind of just add to this skyline. And so it's a perfect opportunity for me to show you a couple of other things that will be live in tomorrow's mini caddy. So one is these cute little mini blending brushes. So for a size comparison, here is a full-size blending brush. Here is a mini. So they're quite cute. I can't remember at the moment what they're called small blending brushes actually. The price point is, just let me quickly look it up. I think it's $15, if memory serves me correctly. They are $15.75, which might not be that different from these other guys, but if you didn't have as much space and you wanted to just sort of dedicate them to colors. The other thing that I will show you is this little storage for your blends brushes. So it holds 9 brushes, whether they're big or mini. So I'm pretty excited about that because I had just been laying them on my counter. Now, you might notice, so I kind of go with color families, but I also rinse off my blending brushes every time after I use them. So I try to get out as much of the ink as I can, more so just, I don't know, just because why not? So yeah, you can just rinse them and then run the ink out. All right, so let's get started. I hope this is gonna work out. So I'm actually inspired by my drive into work this morning. It was stunning, and if I wasn't driving, I would have taken a picture. But basically, I was driving east, and so I had the dark mountains, and then I had just this beautiful sky as the sun was rising. It was gorgeous, so oranges and pinks. And so that's what we're gonna try to recreate. This could be a total train wreck, but at least it gets us creating. So what I wanted to do is use this dye, that is the mountain dye, to add in some darker mountains. So originally I was thinking of black, but then I kind of thought, oh, that seems like such a contrast, which don't get me wrong, it might be like super stunning. But I kind of was thinking, what if I went with blackberry instead? So yeah, that's kind of my plan. And I kind of want to have one coming in from each side. And then I'm thinking a basic gray card base. So in theory, this could look really stunning. In practice, it may not work, but we're going to give it a try. So I've just got some scraps of Blackberry Bliss because we're actually going to cut off a bit of this. So like I said, this is 6 right now by 4. I'm gonna cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off my bottom. And then I want 5 1/4. So then I'm gonna cut the rest off the top. Okay, so we have our DSP, and then it's going to go on this basic gray card base. And yes, I have a scoring tool. Yes, I have the scoring blade for my cutter, but basically, unless I'm doing a whole bunch of cards or I'm prepping for make and takes or classes, I typically just fold and use my bone folder. Okay, so I'm thinking that. And then, yeah, so this is going to work out. So what we are going to do, I think we should be able to run this through on the mini, which is another perfect opportunity to A, show you the mini, and B, remind you that tomorrow, if you were, or starting tomorrow, if you were to get a starter kit, you have 3 options, and 2 of the options include a wicked good price on the mini. So one is this mini, the white one. The other is a new boho blue mini, which is going to be one of the new in colors that's going to come out in May. So your options for the starter kit are to pay $225, I believe it is. So basically you're getting the value of the mini, an $86 value for $45, and you're getting $60 more in free stuff. So you pay $175 and you get $225 of product plus the mini, or you pay $135 and you get $225, so you don't get the mini. So it's like a crazy good deal. So if you don't have a cut and emboss and you're interested in the mini, you can choose the white or the boho. Okay, so we've kind of got our dark, ooh yeah, I like that. Our dark Blackberry Bliss mountain here. And then I'm going to do another one coming on the other side. So I kind of want it to go like this. I want it to be steep coming down. Oh my gosh. You know, of course, my dog is ringing the bell to go outside. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna have to call her and get her to come out this way. Callie! Callie bear! Callie! Come here, girl! Callie, come! Callie! Come here, girl! Callie, come! Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Lesson learned, do not do a live when no one else is home. Okay, well, I've opened the door. She's gone outside. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm just sort of trying to figure out how this is gonna work, because I want it kind of coming in from the other side. So you can kind of see with these dies, you can create whatever kind of mountain you want. So I'm just playing around. Well, she's back inside now. The door is open. He sits to our backyard. Seriously. Okay, So there's our other mountain, I think. Let's see how this is gonna look. So I'm envisioning this with this, and then I kind of want, so we might have to back this up a bit and have that kind of overlapping coming in like that. Okay, so I'm thinking like that. Yeah, because we have to hide that square edge, right? Okay, so let's glue that down. Oh, that's my new one. Okay, I had it like this, right? So we know I'm doing. So when I don't exactly know where that's going, I'm also going to get my silicone mat. Okay, so I think we were kind of like that, but I'll know for sure when I get this piece. Because this one, I know I was kind of doing up to the edge. Okay. So there is our mountain. Now we're gonna trim that off. So I'll do this side first since there's no glue on this side. I apologize for anyone who is going to tune into this video after and you're gonna be like, what is going on? Because all of a sudden I'm missing, but I had to go deal with the dog. Okay. Note to self. Okay, so we've added to this paper, we've used our dyes, now we've got that dark, rich mountain. I don't want to lose this die because it's one of these dies that you could totally end up losing, right? It goes up here. And that's kind of all I want to do there. So now what I want to do is some blending. But I don't like that I've got glue on there now, so let's get that off. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this dark orange, but I'm kind of gonna blend in here. So I'm probably gonna end up, I actually might use these because they're small, so they're going to allow me to do what I want. So I'm just gonna kind of take a look. So right now I've got blackberry, I've got mambo, and I've got polished pink. So polished pink and the mambo are what are in the cardstock. So I just kind of want to look and see what these colors look like. So this is a good way to kind of get a sense of what your colors are. Okay. So I'm going to kind of have it gradually go from dark to light. And I'm gonna try to kind of follow what's there. Hopefully this is gonna work because I'm gonna be really sad if we've taken all this time to make these mountains and then this doesn't work. So if you are new to blending brushes, you want to rub in circles on your ink, but what you're also going to learn is you are going to need to re-ink your ink pads on a much more regular basis. Because you're pulling the ink off of them. So you just are going to, you can keep adding more ink and then you just keep sort of rubbing it in. You always want to start off your paper, otherwise it you can get like a dark spot. And then just deciding how rich you want it to be is how many times you kind of go over it, how hard you're pressing. So then I'm just going to kind of rub it out a bit. I'm not really sure why I'm getting this line there. I'm not really loving that. There we go. Oh, no. Oh well. Okay. So there's the blackberry. Then I'm going to move to the mambo. I'm just going to put that to the side because I might need more. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. Not gonna lie, this isn't totally doing what I wanted it to, but we're gonna keep going. Sweating. I do like this darkness down there. We've kind of lost a bit of our orange though, that sort of bright, we've lost too much of the paper, I think is what we've done. So we might make this more of like a night sky, which is cool. So again, I'm going to take a bit more of this and then I'm going to take just a bit more of the blackberry. And so you can see now I've actually made it a bit darker on the mountain. So when you blend the same color on tone on tone on the cardstock, it does do something. So if you're like thinking, oh, that would never actually do something, it actually does. Kind of gives it a cool shadowy look. So I'm actually going to go sort of down on where they overlap. and then just kind of round it out. I had seen a great tip, I didn't do it, to wear gloves when you are blending, so then you don't get it all over your hands. Okay, I'm actually gonna stop there. So we didn't quite get the look I was going for, but I still think it's kind of cool. I do like how we've got the blackberry, the mountains, and I like the blending on top of that. I think that looks really neat. So if we bring back in our card base, so if that, we're gonna go on that card base. So fairly stunning. Our choices for greetings. Initially, I was thinking I was going to do something along the lines of like, I'm so inspired by your courage, but I'm wondering now if we should kind of, and what I should have done is masked it out and done it ahead of time, but I could have stamped this, which we still kind of could, like a moon up in here. I could stamp it and cut it and then kind of put it there, and then like a cloud, a wispy cloud or something, right? So let's do this. Let's think this through, or kind of think it through. So I am going to want this. I'm going to stamp tone on tone. I'm thinking crushed curry. So I'm going to take that crushed curry and I'm going to stamp it on there. And then I'm going to take a bit of this and just kind of blend a little bit of pink into it. Okay, and then we're going to, we probably have a circle die that would like cut that out perfectly, but because I don't want to take the time to look for it, I am just going to fussy cut it. Of course, I don't know where my scissors are. Not where I need them. Oh, here they are. Gosh, is that like, has anyone else got that problem? My desk just gets smaller and smaller as I create. Right, so Stamp Camp. So this is the suite of products. If you were showing, so it's a DSP, it's the stamp, it is the dies, it is the twine, which is Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, and Pumpkin Pie. And then the rugged icons, stickers. I don't think that's what they're called. Iconic, what are they called? Enamel sticker icons. Oh, my family's back home and they're gonna be like, why is the door open? Why is the dog? not cutting the best circle. Okay, so we've got this moon. So we could also do a few wispy clouds. Now I have my child coming down to talk to me, so we got nothing but chaos going on in this video. Nothing but chaos. He's trying to show me something subtly. He's not doing a very good job of it. And now he's leaving. Okay, so yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna do some clouds. Now he's mocking me off to the side, so that's always nice. It's nighttime, so they can't be white. So they have to be gray, or they could be like a starry sky, which is the purple. Hang on, folks. Sometimes the best thing to do is to die cut out of your DSP. So I'm just kind of looking to see if we could get a real cool color out of there. Okay, so we have nighttime clouds. What are you guys thinking? Would we do them in like gray? Let's give it a whirl. I guess we could do the dark. I'm gonna try them in this first. So yeah, this is what you get when I decide to try to be creative. But I really wanted to do something a little bit different. So let's see what this looks like. You guys, if you could just see my space right now, it's like a bomb went off. Okay, so we've got that on there. We've got that moon. We've kind of got this sky. Trying to think, maybe it actually has to be behind the big cloud. No, it has to be behind the little cloud. I don't know though, is that too small? Like, is that just like a weird little thing in our night sky that's not actually big enough? Let's do one more cloud. Because of course, threes, right? Everything in threes. I do like this background though. So although it is not what I had intended for, but brush on some dark gray. Yep, we could totally do that. Brush on a bit of smoky slate. Or basic gray. Okay. I don't actually have a gray blending brush. I had one I was using for black, but I'm not sure which one it was. Maybe that. The other thing you can do is just kind of brush off that off. Kind of a purpley gray. The beauty of this, we can just kind of make it whatever we want. Okay. Oh, Casey, bless you, bless you. Okay, we might kind of have to have these even just kind of like, because sometimes it's kind of like, you know, it's sort of peeking out, right? So then maybe we don't need this little guy. What do you think? Or do we kind of have it sort of like, I think the 3 actually is weird. Okay. I know, you're like, you need to decide. I also need to pick a greeting or something, right? Maybe something like that. And then, okay, I like that. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put just a little bit. And a little bit of that there. And then that might go on there with dimensionals. But what are we going to, you belong among the stars? We could stamp some stars up in here. Kind of like that up there, right? Dimensionals. So we're going to use black dimensionals. And sometimes I end up making a card and then I decide it doesn't get a greeting at all because I can't figure out what to put on it. And I just feel like there's no space for a greeting. So let's put that on here like this. This is going to come up here like that. Now I have to decide, am I going to cut this off just the card, or is it going to get cut off? I think it has to get cut off of this. Okay, so it's going to be like that. And then I guess it could just be maybe Mountain of Thanks. I mean, I suppose the greeting could go down here. Nobody says it needs to be in the sky. This is where I need some input. What do you guys think? Mountain of Thanks, or it could be so inspired by your courage. It's kind of got to be one of those, I feel like. Kind of like it on the mountains. Yeah, so now I'm wondering, should I stamp it there and then emboss it? I like it there too, I think. But so we're going to have to stamp and emboss. So we're going to have to emboss in like white. Okay, so we're going to see what this is going to look like. So we're going to do two things here because we need to see which one looks better. We're going to emboss in white and black. Or we can emboss in silver. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to try both and then see which one we like better. Hello, Heather Elliott. Okay, so there. So this is going to be silver. Yeah, I think the white's going to be too stark, but I just want to see, play around with it. I can use it somewhere else. Silver does go with the clouds, you're right. Okay, so let's emboss both of those. Whew, look at the mess I'm making. Oh yeah, I think we're definitely going with the silver. Okay, so here's our card. I'm gonna fussy cut this just so we can kind of see, because maybe I don't need kind of give us an idea. And then if it actually looks okay, we could just leave it fussy cut as opposed to restamping it. So then we could just have that down there. What do you think? I think that might be okay. So let's adhere this bit. Okay, I appreciate you sticking with me. So thank you, Casey, for being here through the duration. And for anyone else who has joined or come on, popped on and popped off, thank you. So by all means, if you've joined in part way, I encourage you to go back and watch the whole thing if you have time. Because A, you're going to see how we created this background, even though it wasn't sort of what I was going for. You're also going to see me go racing off because my dog had to go out and no one was here. So we're going to use more black dimensionals. And yes, I could be using big ones, but I don't know where they are. Or these are the ones I've come across first, so. I'm going to just use minis. I have broken all of my nails now that it's winter and back to work and my hands got dry. It might also look really lovely with a bit of silver thread under here, but I am not going to worry about that right now. Okay. So yeah, I think the white would have been too much. Okay, let me just kind of get this space cleared up a tiny bit so that I can show you. Here's our bits and pieces. I always like to end on a high note here where you can actually get a good image of what we have created. So there we go. There is our finished creation. That probably doesn't help you. Yeah, so we used our blending brushes, our mini ones, our big ones. We used the dies. We used all sorts of the dies. We fussy cut that moon. We used the DSP, although you wouldn't even know that now. We used the stamp, embossing, and I think we came out with a really creative use of our Greatest Journey stamp set. And oh no, bling. Oh, Casey. You know what? I'm gonna leave it without bling at the moment, only because I want to wrap up this video because we've already been on for 45 minutes. But if I add bling, you'll know because when I post the actual picture, you will see that I've added something else. Okay? So thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you for your time. The catalog goes live tomorrow or tonight at 11 actually. The starter kit is amazing, Stay-Liberation, Stamp Camp, all the things. I also am going to have a class to go coming up with the Best Day stamp set. So look for that if Stamp Camp is not your thing. All right, thanks.